Number 5. The Nissan Maxima. The Maxima takes the number 5 slot not necessarily because of ugliness, but because of overdesign, overuse of flair, without any uniform unity. It is drastically overdesigned. I mean, just look at this. And this thing right now. And this thing right here. What even is that? It's too busy. None of the design cues make any sense. And nothing ties the room together, man. It's a mishmash of ideas with no uniform structure. Look at this line right here, starting off by the unnecessarily double-swiped headlights. It starts nowhere. It doesn't connect with the headlights at all. It just sort of starts there. Then it runs down the side panels, bloating out the front fender, then just sort of ends right here in the middle of the rear door. Then, just above it, another crease just magically appears with no rhyme or reason. Back up and it just looks like wrinkles. It's like you're late for that career-making business meeting and you didn't have any time to iron your one good white shirt. Now everybody in the boardroom is noticing, distracted by the creases on your shirt and ever-growing pit stains rather than your PowerPoint presentation on quarterly dividend. I don't know. I didn't go to business school. The point is, it's distracting and kind of ugly. This is a common thing with Japanese automakers, employing way too many design features at once, appearing desperate to build a car that takes your attention away from the Germans. The result is madness like this. And Nissan leads the charge in overdesigned cars. This is the company that brought you the Cube, among other things. And yes, this 8th generation Maxima was certainly striking when it first appeared in 2016, but without any symmetrical rhyme or reason, after a few years, this thing hasn't aged well. It's a great car to drive, though. Maximas were never bad drivers. They were always nice to drive, and the first couple of generations of Maximas were pretty nice to look at. They lost their identity somewhere along the lines, and then they just started trying too hard. Yeah, the car's really nice, though. I mean, it drives great. Wow. A lot of torque in this car. Man, a Chevitz. Yeah, it's a really good car to drive. Also a comfortable ergonomic seating position, if you can get used to its blusteringly bulbous interior with like diamondback brushed metal trim. Anyway, here's a car that has endured an understated approach to the sport sedan experience for X amount of generations. The 90s Maxima's 3-liter V6 engine was so great that if you wanted an M5 experience without all the flash, without drawing attention to yourself, the Maxima was your only other option. And it was the fastest Japanese-made sedan available on the market for years. Okay, it's front-wheel drive, but in my opinion, front-wheel drive is not worse than rear. It's just a different experience. Ooh, front-wheel drive. But as the generations of Maxima came and went, they got more and more flashy, and therefore uglier. And with this latest one, they tried way too hard to make a statement. To finally, after so many years, step up to the plate and say, "Hey everyone, this is the mighty Maxima, and it's here for your daughters." That or they just let way too many interns have a go at the clay mold at once without any supervision. Either way, too much. In a time when every car company is trying to outdo one another, in a time when it's difficult to tell the difference between a Hyundai and a Mercedes, where BMW's fearless, understated, simple design went flying out the window in place of wild and crazy lines just to compete with the copycats. It's art imitating life, life imitating art, who's imitating who. The Maxima is the prime example of everything that's wrong with modern car design. Low-risk marketing strategies with high-risk flair. Still, it's awesome to drive. Awesome. Wow.